great job. So I'm going to see if I can wrap a bow around everything that you just talked about. So, I was telling Larry, and I'm going to tell you now, I've been doing ministry for 40 plus years. How do you do an Easter message different after 40 plus years, right? How many's ever heard the Easter message? And chances are pretty good, most of you, if not all of you, could come up here and give an Easter message. There's no question that you could do it. So how do we take the Easter message and make it different? And I thought about that when I called Larry, and I said, we're going to make it different. And how we're going to make it different is we're going to bring it home. And what I mean by that is Easter is just not about celebrating the risen Christ. It's about understanding that you have the opportunity to step out too. And you can come out of your tombs too. And I will tell you, too many believers, they celebrate the resurrection, but they don't celebrate change. And one of the things that kind of bothers me, how many of you know people in your lives that could brighten up a party by staying home? Anybody have people like that? Right? Does anybody have anybody that's not on your invite list? Right? And somebody once said, the best Christmas lights or brake lights going down your driveway. Right? But here's my point by that. I hang around with mostly Christians. Some of them I don't want to hang around with. I don't. Because they're Christian in name only. They're religious. And I will tell you that there are born-again, Bible-thumping, card-carrying, blood-bought, sanctified Jesus freaks that are dead on their feet. Anybody know people like that? Right? They're dead. They're absolutely dead. And I don't like even being around them. I don't like being around them because they're just, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me all the time, all day long. And I don't like being around them. I really don't. You see, too many people celebrate the resurrection of the Lord, but they're still walking around in stinky old grave clothes. They're walking around like nothing's different in their lives. And that's a major problem. That's a major problem because Christ rose for you. Christ rose as you. And Christ rose to live through you. The resurrection of Christ is your resurrection as well. It's what Larry had said. He's absolutely right. Easter is not just a story that you've heard 40 years. It's an invitation for you. It's an invitation for you to do something about the resurrection of the Lord. And too many people just don't do it. We oftentimes, the last 40 plus years, have been bringing a resurrection story like it's an event. It's an event. But it's more than an event. It's an experience. The resurrection of Christ, which we talk about today, is one thing. But the resurrection is an event that we all can have. We all can have it. And when Jesus Christ walked out of that tomb, he didn't just defeat death. He made a way for every one of us to walk out of our tombs. And there are too many of us still in a tomb. You are. I know you are. I talk to Christians all the time and go, what is your problem? I mean, really, truly, what is your problem? Well, nobody knows how bad I have it. Well, yeah. How many's ever had some bad times? It's everybody. Get a grip. Right? Get a grip. And so we have to understand that when Jesus Christ walked out of that tomb, he didn't just defeat death. He defeated in our lives sin. And he defeated shame. And he defeated bondage. And he also defeated spiritual deadness. And spiritual deadness is one thing that just bothers me crazy. It bothers me. Oh, I am so spiritual. Well, then how come you're so dead? This is not equating to me. You can't be spirit-filled and be dead at the same time. It's just not possible. Somebody's lying on you. In John's Gospel, chapter 11, verse 25, it says this, I am the resurrection and I am the life. Now, this is very important. He didn't say, I give you resurrection. This is important. He didn't say, I give you resurrection. He said, I am the resurrection. I am. Now, why that is so important? How many of you claim to have Christ in your heart? Well, then you have what? The resurrection. If he's living inside of you, you have it. You have the resurrection. He didn't say, I give it to you. He said, I am it. And whenever and wherever Jesus comes in, dead things come alive. When Jesus, the Christ, enters within, dead things come alive. And Jesus is not around you. Jesus is what? In you. He is in you. And we clearly got to understand that you cannot resurrect unless you crucified some things. And Larry just said that. You can't have a resurrection without a what? Crucifixion. And nor can we. We can't resurrect into a new life unless we killed a couple things. Everybody in this room, you know what? We need to kill some things. Romans 6:6 says this, our old man is crucified with him. Many people want a new life, but they want to bring in the old crap. How does that work? How can you have a new life bringing all the old stuff? It's not possible. You can't. You can't possibly do it. So what do we need to bury in our lives? What do we need to do? What do we need to crucify? And we all have this stuff. You know, some of the things we need to bury? Old habits. Anybody got any habits? And I'm not just talking drinking and smoking. Let me give you something to think about. How many of you know, you already know what you'll say based upon a given set of circumstances? Right? It's already programmed. It's already here. Programmed. Somebody says this, you say that. How many understand that? You could be in an argument with somebody, right? And you're getting a little heated. And right in the forefront of your mind, like right here, is what you want to say. When that person takes a breath, you're going to say it. And then she wasn't here. Just say it. You know, that's... You see, what we say to ourselves is, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. That's like the nuclear bomb of things to say. I'm not going to say it. And then you say it. How many know what I'm talking about, right? That is the old habits. Everybody has them. You need to get rid of that. You need to bury your stinking thinking. You need to bury your mindset. You need to bury, most importantly, if the world does not revolve around you. You are not all that important. Everybody is more important than you. You need to get rid of that old identity. Whatever you thought you were, whatever you were, how many have a life before today? If I gave everybody in this room the opportunity to come up here and start talking about your life and being honest, and you started with day one, and you went all the way through today, how many could surprise some people in this room? Right? I know what would happen. We're always sitting there saying, he didn't just say that, did he? I'd go to my wife and say, shh, is that what she just said? How many could surprise some people in this room, right? But see, here's the problem. When you got born again, that old identity is supposed to be gone unless you're still living in it. Maybe some of us still live there, right? And the other major thing we got to learn to get rid of is those old wounds, those wounds. How many have been hurt in your lifetime? Anybody been hurt, like really hurt, bad, like hurt, right? How many still can remember it? Well, now we got a problem, don't we? We got a problem because we're supposed to love who? Jesus. People, but more than people. Even our enemies. So the ones who hurt us are most importantly probably some of our what? Family. Enemies. And we are to love them. Well, what does that look like? Well, it looks like 1 Corinthians 13. Love keeps no records. Well, how come you still know? Why do you still know? You were supposed to do what? Get rid of it. But we don't. We carry these wounds with us. And you cannot carry your past into your future and expect resurrection power. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. How many's got a past? How many bring it with you? Don't do that. Ronnie. I'm going to be a farmer now. I have planted, don't get excited, my tomato seeds. Oh, yes, I did. Because on June the 26th, after I have my surgery, I'm going to have me some tomatoes. That's my goal. And I'm going to be a farmer. And I went out to Walmart and I bought me one of them seed things. You open up, put the seeds in it, put a light on it. Ooh, I'm a farmer now. I'm a farmer. I got that little thing out and has a little plastic container. And I got me some of that soil and I put it in there. 1/4 inch, I measured. I put the seed in it. I covered it up. Put some water on that baby. I put the top on. I got my little light on. Ooh, I'm good. I am so good. And every morning I go in and I check that little thing and I go, I know what I forgot to do. Happy little seeds come out today. Happy little seeds make me happy. I sing to them. And every day I go in and I look at my little happy seeds and I put some water on them. See, I check them every day. I check them every day to make sure they're growing. And see, that's the problem because you ain't checking you. You ain't checking you. When you go to bed at night, do you check yourself out and say, what did I do good today? What did I do wrong today? What do I need to change in my life? If I want to have growth in my life, I got to make some changes. Well, I got to take care of some stuff. And we don't do it. We just don't do it. And we got to understand, if you keep holding my little tomato seeds in my hand, it's not going to grow. I got to plant them. The same thing with you. If you keep you and you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You'll be the same as you've always been. If you continue to do the things you've always done, how many know you'll be exactly where you always are? And that might be a good thing for you. You might say, well, I don't see what the problem is with me being where I am. Well, maybe that's true for you because you haven't experienced the release that Jesus Christ really gives you. So you're satisfied where you are. What you bury in obedience, Christ raises in power. What you bury by being obedient, Jesus raises in power. Romans 8:11 says this: the Spirit who raised up Jesus from the dead dwells in you. Let's sink that in a little bit. I'll let that go in here for just a minute, okay? That means that power that rolled away that stone, that power that defeated hell, that power that broke the grip of death is not around you, it's where? In you. Should you not live a life like that? We don't mind that, baby. No, that's life. That means the church is alive. Praise God for that, right? And so that same power is not supposed to be around you. That same power is supposed to be what? In you. Well, then you should live your life like that. And we don't. We don't live our lives like that. We live a life like we're defeated. Hey, here's the problem that we have. Here's the problem we have. If I gave you all a very simple test in theology, you'd pass it. I know for sure you'd pass it. If I asked you some theological basic question, you'd pass it. I know you'd pass it. You would definitely pass it. And see, most of us know some theology, but we don't know its transformation. Now, that's the problem. You may be able to answer a question if I said to you, who was Jesus' mother? You'd get that right. I know you'd get that right. But see, we know theology, but we don't know transformation. See, we celebrate today Easter, but we haven't activated the resurrection life that's within us. We haven't done it. And you know for how long we haven't been doing it, Lucy? For as long as I've been hearing about Easter. Same old, right? Resurrection is not automatic. It has to be embraced. It's not automatic. It's Easter. Okay, well, then I'm an Easter person. No, you're not. No, you're not that at all. You have to embrace it. Let's talk a little bit about Lazarus. Lazarus was dead for how many days? 4. And they didn't embalm back then. No, and I don't want to get graphic. It's Easter. You might have had a nice Easter dinner, and I want that to stay where it's supposed to be staying, not, Could you imagine what it smelled like in Mary and Martha's house after 4 days of a decomposing body? What? 4 days. Decomposing. No embalming. In a warm Middle East house. Jesus came on the scene, and Mary and Martha ran to him and said, "Oh, Lord, if you'd have been here, our brother would not have died. He would not have died." And Jesus said, "He's not dead. He's only sleeping." And they thought, poor Jesus has lost his mind. He lost his pea-picking little mind. Take a breath, Jesus. Bring in some air. Oh, no, he's dead. Oh, he's not dead. Only living. He's only sleeping. And then Jesus prayed unto his Father and said, "Father, so that they know that I am your son, hear my prayer." And he just said one thing to Lazarus: "Come forth." Right? You heard the story, right? Come forth. You know, an important thing about that story is this. And this is where some of us fall way short. Jesus didn't go in the house and say, "Lazarus! Oh, Lazarus! Wake up, Lazarus! Come on, Lazarus!" He didn't take Lazarus by the hand. "Come on, Lazarus, we got to go outside now. Come on, Lazarus, come on, Lazarus, come on." Oh, he didn't do that. You know what he said? "Come forth." That's it. That's it. Did he drag him out of the house? Did he force him out of the house? Did he coax him out of the house? No, he said what? Come forth. And you know why that is so interesting? He's not forcing you either. You can stay in that tomb you're in for the rest of your life. He's not going to force you out. He's not going to come in and say, "Come on, believer. Come on. Come on." Oh, no. That's not how it works. He's going to say, "Come forth," and what is your responsibility? Come forth. That's your responsibility. Come forth, right? Come forth. And what kind of tombs are we in? Oh, a lot of us are in tombs of fear. Anybody afraid sometimes? Right? Afraid sometimes? We're in a tomb of addiction. We're in a tomb of regret. Anybody have any regrets in their life? Right? Boy, I when a long time ago when I was playing professionally, I learned a song and I forgot it. I'm going to try to see if I can't learn it again. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's the name of the song. Coulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Oh, what I would have done if only I should have done. Boy, if I could have done. How many live a life like that? Right? All the regrets. And then we have this big thing that makes this big old rock in front of that tomb we call spiritual apathy. You know what spiritual apathy is? Where did I put my spiritual? Spiritual apathy out here somewhere. I forgot where I put it. Well, I'm going to be operating on June 25th. I better find my spiritual song. Oh, there it is. Spiritual apathy. You know what that means? Oh, we got it. Sometimes you have it. Sometimes you have it. So, sometimes you go, "Oh, I better get my spiritual apathy." No, spiritual apathy, it's an aside. I think I have it. And many Christians are like that. Many. You cannot be alive spiritually if you're living like you're dead. You can't. You cannot be alive spiritually if you're living like you're dead. You just can't. And Easter today that we celebrate is a moment for you to step out. This is it. Today's your day. It's your day to step out. Now, an interesting thing about the story of Lazarus, which equates to Easter, is this. When Lazarus came out of Mary and Martha's house after being dead for how long? 4 days. Imagine what that burial cloth looked like. It's a sheet. And the sheet is wrapped around him. He's got like a prayer cloth on his head, a headscarf. Now, I won't be too graphic because I want your Easter dinner to stay where your Easter dinner is now. I don't want to see what you've had for Easter, so I'm not going to be real graphic. But I do want you to know this. And I've said this to you a couple of weeks past. When a human body dies and takes its final breath, all of the musculature ceases to exist. And everything that was in your body that was being held in by your musculature is now no longer musculature. And everything that is in your body is now outside of your body. And I think I don't need to go any further than that, right? And you have a burial cloth. Lazarus walked out after being dead for 4 days, and everything that was in is now out. Can you imagine what the burial cloth looked like and what it smelled like? Right? Jesus says to the disciples, loose him and let him go. You see, when it came out, he was still wrapped. He was still wrapped in the burial clothes. When Jesus said, come out, Lazarus said, well, wait a second, let me get cleaned up. You want me to come? Jesus, you want me to come out like this? Oh, toss me something to wear out of here. No. You see, when you come out of that tomb, let me help you. You still got some stinky grave clothes on. You still got them. You're still wrapped. And so when you decide to come out of your tomb, you got to take off them stinky grave clothes. You see, I'm hanging around and people will say they're Christian, they stink like they're dead. I'm serious. I'm serious. They stink like they're dead. Because they haven't taken what? Off the grave clothes. They haven't taken them off. Now, what do grave clothes look like? Okay, well, I'm going to go to work tomorrow. Where am I going to be tomorrow? In Bedford or something like that. So I'm going to get dressed, and I'm going to make sure I go with my old self. So I go into my cupboard, and I want to pull out some stuff I want to wear, right? And so I see hanging, and I go, oh, there's some guilt. I'm going to wear that today. I'm going to put me on a shirt of guilt. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? What's going to go good with that guilt? Oh, there you go. There's some condemnation. I'm going to put that on, too. I'm going to put on some condemnation pants. I'm going to feel sorry for myself. Boy, I'm guilty, and I'm going to be condemned all day. And then I see all these new clothes. I don't put on new clothes. I like old clothes because they're comfortable. How many old clothes are comfortable? Right? Anybody got some old jeans? Anybody like to wear new jeans? Old jeans, right? And that's a problem when you're spiritually old, because you put on the old self. And the reason why you put on the old self is because you're comfortable in it. You're very comfortable in your old self. And so I get all dressed for tomorrow. I got my shirt of guilt. I got my pants of condemnation, right? I got my old clothes. I don't want no new clothes. And then I got to make sure I drink a cup. I got to have a cup. Now, most of you drink a cup of coffee in the morning. Is that right? Some people drink a cup of toxic thinking. Well, I got to make sure I got my thinking right today. I got to have some toxicity in there. Well, what does that look like? It looks like this. Life sucks. Life is horrible. How come I never get a break? Why is this always happening to me? Anybody drink that sometimes? Pour me, pour me, pour me, pour me. You got to make sure you drink that up. You're used to doing that, right? You drink that up. And here's the problem with that. Resurrection requires a new mind. Romans 6:4 says this. Walk in the newness of life. Resurrection for a Christian is not a moment. It's a lifestyle change. Not a moment. It's a lifestyle change. And what does that look like? When you come out of that tomb you're in, what does that look like? Well, you know what it looks like? New desires. New direction. New power over sin. new intimacy with God. You don't just believe differently, you live differently. Is that you? Are you living life differently? I don't know. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. There was once a prisoner who was in prison. He was in prison for almost 25 years. One day, the jailer came and said, "Why are you still in here? This hasn't been locked for a year." I didn't know you opened the door. So I sat there for another year. Did Jesus open up your door to your tomb and you still sat in it? You're still there. Do you understand what Larry said? The cross unlocked the door and resurrected and opened it wide. And so you have to ask yourself, why are you still sitting there? Why are you still in that grave? Why are you in there? Freedom is available, but it must be received. It's not going to be given to you. You have to take it. I wonder how many of us in this room haven't taken it. Today, we celebrate Resurrection Sunday, and Larry did a great job introducing this topic for us today. Great job. And so the question we have to ask yourselves is this. When are you coming out of the tomb? When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Are you going to wait for somebody to come in and drag you out? Well, guess what, Luce? It's not happening. Because the majority of people want you to stay put. They're like, come on out. No, look, stay where you are. That's the reality of it. Stay where you are, right? Now, today is Resurrection Sunday, and we celebrate resurrection. Not just the Christ. You celebrate whose? Yours. Yours. When are you going to do it? Are you going to do it someday? Are you going to do it, well, later? Is that when you're going to do it? I mean, how many times have you heard a message like this, and you still haven't done it? Right? You still haven't done it. Well, when are you going to do it? When are you going to let it go? And when are you going to come out into the light of day? I have a good idea. How about today? How about today, right? How about now? How about rise above the sin? How about rise above the fear? How about rise above your past? Because Jesus Christ, who rose from the dead, is standing outside of your heart's door and is saying this to you: come forth. Do you hear him calling? Do you hear him calling? Come forth. He's not going to go get you. He's not going to drag you out. He says what? Come forth. Now you have to decide. Are you going to come forth? I don't know. But let me tell you what coming forth looks like. This is what it looks like. Some people say, well, Pastor Tom, you have easy street. Yeah, right. I don't think so. Oh, you live on Easy Street. Oh, is that what you think? That's what you think? Really? That's what you think? Well, let's go through a list. 33-year-old son killed 20 years ago by a drunk driver. My oldest son. Top of the list. I got a brain tumor behind my ear on my brain stem. They can't operate on it because they couldn't make one of the nerves in my brain stem. I have iron deficient anemia. I got to go every other month for iron infusions in my arm at Hillman Cancer Center. 2 IV infusions. I've been operated on 9 times. Here comes the 10th one on June the 25th. Anybody want to keep score? Does there anybody in this room look like I'm dead on my feet? I think not. I think not. Why? Because I came out of my tomb. Right? And I'm letting you all know right now. They said to Sissy and I, oh, you'll be off 6 to 8 weeks. And Sissy said, no, you won't. The surgeons go, no, 6 to 8 weeks. And Sissy said, well, I know you're saying that, but you don't know him. 3 weeks, I'll be back here. You watch and see. You watch and see. 3 weeks, Larry. Right here. And you know why? Because I can. And you know why I can? Because I can do all things through Jesus Christ who gives me strength. Help me understand that. Now, you living your life that way too? It was tomorrow morning, Monday, and you're already thinking, oh my God, it's Monday. I gotta go to work. Maybe just be thankful you got up. Help me understand that. Jesus says to everybody in this room, what? Come forth. Let's pray. Lord Jesus, we do believe you have rose from the dead. We know you've risen from the dead. But today, Lord, today, maybe this is the first day, maybe this is the only day, I lay down my old life too. I'm laying it down. I'm laying down my sin. I'm laying down my past. I'm laying down my pain. I'm laying down my old memories, my old way of thinking. I'm laying it down. And I'm coming forth. I'm coming forth. Raise me. Raise us into a new life. Fill us with your power. The power that rolled that stone away. The power that rose Lazarus from the dead. That power that raised Jesus Christ after 3 days. I want that power. And I choose right now to walk out of that tomb. I choose right now to live as a new creation. I am no longer who I was. I am no longer bound anymore to my past or my thoughts. I will come alive. I will come alive right now. And because he lives, I will live too. And all of us say in Jesus' name, amen.